This video is for the real news versus fake news assignment 1. First, you're going to click on File up at the top of the template, and you're going to click on Make a Copy, and then click on OK. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to open up a new tab, and you're going to search for a news story. For example, I'm going to search Tom Brady news. Then from here, I'm going to click on this article. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and drag to highlight the title. So then I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard to copy it. I'm going to click back over to the Real News template. Then I'm going to click on Slide 2. And then I'm going to double click on the line next to Article 1. So double click on my touchpad, and what that's going to do is it's going to highlight that line. You're then going to hit Control-Shift-V on your keyboard to paste the title of the article. Then what you're going to do is you're going to double click on this line here, and then you're going to say this article tells about Tom Brady's new job with Best Buddies. Then you're going to double click where it says the next line. So one thing it includes is, so double click, and that's going to highlight the line. And then one thing it includes is that Brady used to be the co-chair. And then we're going to double click on the next line and then say a second thing it includes is that Best Buddies helps kids with disabilities. And then the last thing is, then finally it includes, and we're going to double click here, and then finally it includes that Tom Brady is happy to be a part of Best Buddies. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click on Slide 3. And then from here, we're going to look for the author's name. So we're going to click back to the article, and we're going to scroll down a little bit. And then we see the author's name is Hayden Bird. So what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag to highlight the author's name, and then hit Control-C on your keyboard. You're then going to click back over to your copy of the Real News template. And then you're going to click on, so you should be on Slide 3, and you're going to double click on where it says according to author's name. So then you'll hit Control-Shift-V, so it says now Hayden Bird. You're going to double click on the line right here, and then type in the year that it was written, which is 2019. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click back over to the article, and you're going to highlight a sentence. So for example, we're going to click and drag to highlight this right here. The 42-year-old quarterback will become a global ambassador to continue his support of Best Buddies International. So you're going to hit Control-C on your keyboard, then click back over to your work, and then you're going to double click on the line right here, and then hit Control-Shift-V on your keyboard. And that pastes the sentence. Then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to click and drag to highlight Hayden Bird's name again, and then hit Control-C on your keyboard. Then you're going to double click on this line right here, and then hit Control-V on your keyboard. You're then going to double click on this line, and then type in 2019. Then from here, you're going to click back to the article, and you're going to get another quote. So we're going to scroll down a little bit, and we're just going to include this sentence. So we're just going to click and drag here to highlight this sentence, and then hit Control C, and then click back over to your work, double click on the last line, and then hit Control Shift V on your keyboard, so then it pastes the sentence. All right, so then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to find a fake news article. So you're going to click on slide 4. And then from here, what you're going to do is open up a new tab, and then you're going to type in empirenews.net, just like we see here. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down a little bit, and we have this article, Cats are superior to dogs in every way. New study conducted by cat scientists confirms. This is a fake news article. So, and it takes place in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag to highlight the title, and then hit Control C on your keyboard to copy it. You're then going to click back over to your work, and then you're going to double click on the line for Article 2, and then hit Control Shift V on your keyboard to paste. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to double click on the line here, and you're going to say, this article tells about how cats are better than dogs. Then you're going to double click where it says one thing it includes. You're going to say one thing it includes is that it took place in Boston. And then a second thing it includes, we're going to double click, is that cat scientists conducted the study. And then you're going to double click on the last line. Finally, it includes no dog scientists. Okay, and so then the last thing that you're going to do is click on slide 5, and then we're going to click back over to the article to get the author's name. So basically the author's name is going to be right here, Bob the Empire News Potato. So you're just going to click and drag to highlight the author's name, and then hit Control C on your keyboard. You're then going to click back over to the your work, and then you're going to double click where it says author's name. You're going to hit Control Shift V on your keyboard, and then you're going to double click in the parentheses and then type in 2019. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click back over to the article, and you're going to go ahead and click and drag to highlight the first sentence, and then hit Control C on your keyboard. Then click back over to your work. You're going to double click on the line here, and then hit Control Shift V on your keyboard. And then finally, you're going to click and drag to highlight the name Bob the Empire News Potato again. Hit Control C on your keyboard, double click on the line here, then hit Control Shift V on your keyboard. Double click on the line in between the parentheses, type in 2019. Then you're going to click back over to the article, and then you're going to click and drag this information from Dr. Furball, and then hit Control C on your keyboard, and then finally click back over and double click on the line, and then hit Control Shift V on your keyboard. Then what you're going to do is click outside the text box right here, and then hit backspace, and what that's going to do is it gets rid of the tiny text. You're then going to click on slide 4, and then click out here, and then hit backspace, click on slide 3, click out here, click backspace, and then click on slide 2, click here, and click backspace. And that's it.